I'm back talking to the camera for YouTube. I finally started releasing songs after a few months of not releasing anything. I really like registering stuff as it happens and then being able to look back at it. Gravitating. I am briefly going to talk about it, going to talk about visuals, and then I'm going to show you the full production, show you some of the mixing that I did, and show you some of the, I don't know, the things that didn't go into the song and the things that did and whatever. All right. We get it. I was looking through my voice memos. I wrote this song in May 2023. It's been like 2 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. I was at work and I immediately had the thought for the chorus. I'm kind of gravitating, and I really liked the visual of it. The visual of being the visual of gravitating towards something or someone, and I wanted to bring that feeling. And then I ended up writing a few verses. I didn't like them enough. I just let the song be in my phone for a while, and then last year I found it and I was like, oh man, this is a really good song. And I tried producing it a few times as like a pop song, like I usually do for my songs, with synths and drums and things, and I just felt like this song needed something that was a little bit more laid back. My idea for this production was a little bit more like the Closure production, which was more raw, I guess, and stripped back with just vocals and the guitar. But I have come so far since Closure that I really wanted to do bigger vocals and edit stuff a little bit more in like my style. I'm sure if I redid Closure it would have been completely different, but I'm not going to do that because if you start working on old projects, you'll never be done. Just move on to the next. The original chorus of it was the second chorus, which is a long chorus with the Night Summer Breeze line, and I showed it to Renan one time and he was like, that's a very long chorus. And I was like, yeah, I know. So I cut that phrase off for the first chorus, just so people don't give up on it, I guess. I really wanted it to be the full chorus that I wrote in the second time. So for this one, because the chorus was very long, I decided to only do it once. So each time you hear something related to the chorus, it's its own thing. So in the beginning, it's very soft and like gravitating, and then it doesn't say that summer breeze line. And then the second one, a little bit more punchy. I bring some ad libs, and then that one phrase, and then the last one is just like stripped back. The last two phrases, body stuck on me like glue. I'm just geeking out about my own music. Great, love that for me. I guess I don't mind showing the full like idea for when I'm writing a song on the Notes app. Everything that I don't like but I don't really want to throw away, I'll cut it and paste to the bottom of it. So after the whole song, after the whole lyrics of the song, there's a bunch of like scrap things that I ended up not using. I think the verses were very simple and just give you space to like think about the descriptions of what's happening and where we are and what we're feeling or what we're about to feel. This song didn't have a bridge, and then I ended up writing the bridge and changing the chords to make it vibe a little bit more. I love the bridge of this song. It's one of my favorite bridges. I've been using the same book for my promo and video things. It's an Alice in Wonderland book. I have to find it. Wait. Every time I release a song, I want to post the lyrics of it. So usually I have a copy of the lyrics on my journal, so I'll just make it cute, take a photo. But then for this one, I wanted to make it fit the theme a little bit more. And I know that the only part that this refers to anything related to Alice in Wonderland, it's the spiraling down a hole in the ground, which is very generic also. But I just thought that I had to use the book to do the photo for it. I ended up finding this poem that was written on a downward spiral. So I just wrote the bridge and the chorus in it to make that cute photo. And yeah, I guess the Alice in Wonderland reference is more about the delusion that maybe this is just in my head, which that makes sense with the lyrics and everything. Is like, wait, is it just in my head, or is it actually something that's actually happening? I think I'm talking too much. We should take a look at the production, and I'll use a good mic now. So I'm gonna put my headphones on because we're gonna be listening. So this is the project. Let's see. So I got here the main tracks. This is some extra audios that I ended up not even naming. This is first background vocals. This is a piano that shouldn't be here. I just use this to guide me when I'm doing harmonies. And then this is another of a vocal stack with a lot of reverb. And then we get into the instrumental. This is just some reverse crash cymbals, and then this is something like that as well. The bass was just a sampled instrument that I played on my keyboard. And then the guitars in here, which this looks more complicated than it should be. So let's see the guitar first. I have a problem with playing the guitar all the way through. I used to, when I was little, I used to play the guitar, the acoustic guitar more. But then over time, getting interested and involved in so many other parts of making music, I end up not practicing my guitar skills as much as I should. So this ends up being me trying to write and play a riff or a guitar line for an entire song. And then luckily, thank God, I learned how to comp stuff because of vocals. So I ended up comping the entire guitar. I took a little bit of everything that I liked how I played. But before we get to this, I had to write this arrangement. This is not the Strat. This is a Pacifica that I have back there, and I ended up finding the Strat when I was making the song. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna re-record the whole guitar because I like the tone better. Let me show you the difference once again. So as you can see, this Strat is just a little brighter. It's a little thinner, it's a little more in your face. And I ended up just keeping this one here because I have a problem with deleting things. I just want to show that I can actually play it now. Anyway, writing this was a little complicated because, like I said, I don't play the guitar as much as I should. So I was just playing the chords and trying to figure out what sounds nice and what doesn't. My favorite part in the guitar is when I do right when I say this. Yes, I am in too deep. Like you're actually in too deep. And then I do the same thing here. Spiraling down a hole in. But okay, I am getting ahead of myself. I get excited. In order to have more stuff, I just went ahead and played the chords as they are. And I don't think you notice that much that's happening because it's just there. It starts with the vocal. So the beginning is just the guitar. And then as soon as this starts, it's filling the space a little bit more. This, I did not re-record though. So this is all done with the Pacifica that I have in it. And I tried re-recording it, but I was having some issues with my Strat because I didn't take it to the store to like regulate and everything. So I'll show you right here, this right here. One of the frets has something and the note wasn't coming out. It was in the specific place that I needed. I did this single note in another part of the guitar to get the notes to come off clean, because it wasn't as bright as it should be. It sounds definitely like there's two things happening, which is fine. I don't really care. And then I did the same thing for the two parts. A lovely ear candy is when, instead of doing the regular line on the chorus, I do this. I think it's so cute. When it gets to here, these tracks are already panned a little bit to each side. It's the same thing, it's just... And when it gets to here, this goes all the way. Because I really love this part and I wanted it to be audible, which, even though I did this, I still don't think it is as audible. I even turned the volume up on both of these. In the end, I was trying to figure out if I was going to play the whole thing or not. When I recorded this originally, I was actually going to play the last chord, but I ended up cutting it short because I think, see, this is the whole thing that I had. So I ended up just cutting it like this because I think it sounds good. For the vocals, I usually just go ahead and record the main vocal as it is. And sometimes I'll split the chorus from the verses, especially when there's like overlap in phrases or words and things. But in this case, I didn't have many. It was just the ad-libs that I wanted to do. And this breath. I don't know why it had to be on a different track, but it is. For each of these, I have some EQ and some compressor. The effects are actually on the bus itself. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm not going to go through this. I'm not a professional, and I got a few presets a while ago. I usually bring them in and I edit it the way that I want it to be. Usually I wouldn't put delay and reverbs like straight on the track, on the thing. I would usually send it through a bus, which I did here with more reverb. So this is off, you see, so it's probably because it's automated to only happen in one specific part. Yeah, so this is the delay, and then it's only happening on here. And towards you, yeah. So it goes up real fast, and then it goes down, and then just the end of this. Too deep. I'm just gonna turn everything off, my vocals without anything. You make me nervous when you walk in the room and arise me. Not trying to hide it. I really wanted my breaths to be in it because I think it gives a bit more vulnerable like vibe. And I did tune these though, because I don't know, I just have this thing with pop music, especially when there's a lot of vocals happening at the same time. If you don't tune things, it's gonna sound bad. It sounds bad. Like, it may not sound bad to someone who doesn't know much about music, but to anyone who really knows about music, it sounds like something is off. That's the feeling I get when I'm hearing stuff that's not tuned. So let me just turn on the effects as we listen to it, and let's do the chorus. I'm gravitating towards you. There's nothing here, so it's body language I can't manage. I feel when you walk in the room. One of my favorite plugins is the Saturn from FabFilter. I use this on everything. This is on the guitar. I use this for everything. It just gives a little saturation. Body language I can't manage. I feel when you walk. Okay, let's finish the main vocals and then talk about the backing vocals. This was my favorite part, my favorite thing that I did. Listen to this. I'm letting go, spiraling. Okay, this has, first of all, a volume automation for it to go down slowly. It also has a reverb, I think. Aux 5, it's a reverb, yeah. So this reverb is going up with it and then down. If you don't know how to use this like this, I use the latch tool a lot. Like I said, like I'm not gonna teach things. I'm not a teacher for these things. I learn everything from YouTube and TikTok. And I added this, which is the first syllable of this with a long reverb and then reversed, and it matches with this. So as this is coming out, volume wise, this is coming in. I'm letting go. So this gives that, like, where are we going? Oh, I'm letting go. Spiraling down a hole in the... And then this is something that I did that I don't think anyone realizes. No one can hear it, but it's there. Spiraling down a hole in the ground, living in a made-up world. It's just this an octave lower. And so because it's the exact same signal, I zoomed really close, but because this is the same exact copy as this, I sort of take them off the line, the grid, so they don't clash with each other, because if they're the same exact signal, it's just going to make the volume go up, even though like I'm panning each one of them to a different side. I like to do this just to make sure they're not hitting the same frequencies at the exact same time. So then it does that. Spiraling down on me like glue. I'm gravitating towards you. But okay, this is enough for this. Think you might feel the same as me. You can definitely see that the way I edited this is definitely different. If I only do EQ treatment in one of the channels, is because one of the vocals at one point is clashing a lot with something else. So I'll just dig for which frequency it is and then bring it down. This has a different vibe than everything else, but I think it matches well. In our secret moments is the energy. Get a little closer. I think we should listen to all of these. Who's gonna take the first step? Don't leave me hanging here. Are we in the same page yet? You know that. I have the marks for what's going on and which part, right? And then for the first chorus, I didn't do these backing vocals that I did here. So the first chorus is just the main line and then the very reverby effects, which I'm gonna get to. And then for this one, I wanted to have harmony. Gravitating towards you. It's body language I can't manage. I feel when you walk in the room. You're the night summer breeze standing right next to me. There's not much else to this. And then for these are very reverby, like very reverby. I was like, how much reverb can I put? I did a delay on this that would, because originally this was sounding very like you and dry, but I wanted it to be like, so I did some automation. This is all the automation that's going on. Man, I didn't even know you could see it like this. This is the first time I look at it like this. So this is the delay that's going to make it repeat itself, right? Then this is the other delay that is at some specific points. And then this is a longer reverb that is always on, but at this point it went up higher. And then this is not necessary right now, but just if you want to see automation working, you can look at this part right here and you're going to see stuff changing and lighting up and turning off. When you walk in the room, body stuck on
gravitating toward.
I just cut it off before I say the S. On the second chorus, I just added what I did here with the harmonies. So I just think the second verse should be heard. Let's do that. Can you imagine if my phone is not filming? Wait, am I not recording the screen? Girl. Oh, I am.
In our secret moments is the energy. Get a little closer.
I think it's so cute.
Body stuck on me like glue.
The delay definitely makes it sound messy, but it's okay because I just wanted to fill the space up and make it feel full, even though it's a very empty song. Like there's the guitar, the bass, and vocals, but it sounds full, like the way I wanted to. And then this is one of the first things I did with the harmonies. This is literally the first thing I did. So this inspired everything else. Everything else that is not pink or blue in this area, I did later. So these, and all of these, I did like in this studio. Because most of the song was done when I was still living in the other house. And then these I ended up adding later.
Spiraling down a hole in the ground, living in a made-up world. You pulled me in, our bodies and me. You held me too tight, and we won't let
go. I can't. I love this. This was the last thing. I was like, what else can I add to this to make it sound cool? Worked a lot on trying to get this delay to do that because I wanted it to be like this. I don't think this came out exactly as it could have if it was a professional person doing that, but honestly with my skill I think this turned out so good. Vibes. So just to talk about the last two things that are in here, which are these. So this is just the sound that I recorded. For some reason I thought this should be in there. I was just doing this, and then I did a lot of reverb and a fade in, so it builds. And then this is paired with the crash. Oh, there's something in the crash, a tremolo. The tremolo is also automated to change. Just see here, refer to the photo. Period. And then this on this part paired with this on this part sounds like
I'm letting go.
It's the buildup that matters, okay? And then this is just a simple bass that I changed the tone to a few times. Is this off? If this is off, that's so funny. Oh no, it's right.
It's body language I can't manage. I feel when you walk in the room. Body stuck on
okay, on this part, I love how every vocal comes off for this part.
Gravitating towards you.
Just the main, yeah, to bring you down, gravitate you, you know. So usually for mastering, I'll export this, mix it in here, export it, and master it in a different project. But because this was very light for the program, considering the amount of stuff I usually do, I just did my own mastering on here. This is a mastering option that Logic offers for free, I guess. I think it came with the latest update. I don't use this, it's off on this. This is a loudness meter it's off because I'm not using it right now. But I did the Saturn plugin that I told you, the EQ, some compression, and some limiter, multimeter to see the stuff.
Letting go, spiraling down a hole in the ground, living in a made-up world where you pull me in.
Anyway, I think this is it for Gravitating. I think I definitely want to do a deep dive of a different song later, and I will. Yeah, if you watched it, thanks for watching. You didn't have to, literally. If you, it's so hard doing an outro. You have no idea. But thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good one, and I hope you watch more.